Standard Procedure by Oleg Sigiswulf. There was really something special about using these old slug throwers. The recoil, the loud banging sound, the casings ejecting from the weapon. There was something romantic about it. Like the Vicars were some sort of ancient warriors, doing battle for one nation or another on a battlefield between their borders. Of course, this wasn't the case. Still, it was an enjoyable thought. Regardless of the feeling it instilled, this was a pragmatic choice. The enemy had an unfortunate tendency to feed on light, which made the use of standard lasers inadvisable. Vicar Horan swung his minigun around for another sweep on the left flank. With a mighty rip, a hail of simple projectiles tore through what must have been a dozen small, skittering, mostly purple creatures. Within the next few seconds, the area outside the facility went quiet, save for the moderate rainfall clattering upon the Vicar's silvery power armor. The spin of Horan's minigun slowed to a stop. The light smoke from the weapon's barrels only faintly visible in the fading light of dusk. He checked his sector. No activity on thermals, magnetics, or motion sensors. Nor was there any movement visible to the naked eye, but the swaying of the surrounding forest and a few detached limbs twitching without purpose on the pavement. "Clear," Horan stated calmly. His attention then turned to the rest of his team. Vicar Novotny echoed his call-out, as did Vicar Heydrich. Chai 189, the globular Sophont supercomputer that levitated behind the Vicars, played a little chime before the message. "Scans show no remaining combat-effective hostiles." Vicar Sergeant Patel confirmed. "All clear." The Vicar Sergeant then motioned to the front door of the abandoned research facility in front of the team. "Advance!" Without delay, the four Vicars strode towards the entrance. The mild whine of servos and the clank of novite alloy on asphalt punctuating each step, coupled with the squelch of bleeding Nightling corpses being crushed underfoot by their heavy suits. The little things were less than primitive. They wielded spears, knives, and bows like animals. The team did encounter a few earlier that shot lasers from their eyes, though. So that was something. Patel and Novotny had scorch marks on their armor to show for it. The door looked moderately reinforced. Nothing too tough, especially not by FlameKeeper standards. The aperture's size suggested the entryway was large enough for the bulky warriors to fit through in a mildly staggered column. Chai turned its scanners towards the door. After a chime, it announced, "Object consists of multiple repeating layers of ferrous carbide, titanium, and boron carbide with a thickness of 20 centimeters. Control mechanisms intact. No power detected." "Open it," Patel ordered. "Vicars, stack up." Chai chimed wordlessly, immediately deploying a small projector from its smooth, round chassis and emitting a beam of energy directed at the door. Novotny took point with his high-caliber assault rifle, flanked by Patel and his quantum deconstructor rifle, succeeded by the similarly armed Heydrich and the minigun-toting Horan, while Chai covered the rear. there was a metallic thunk as the hydraulics and gears stirred for the first time in who knew how long. The door groaned and clanked as its two halves finally separated, revealing a corridor illuminated only by what faint sunlight was still left outside. The Vicars instinctively switched their visors to infrared. "Commence entry," Patel commanded. End of story. If you stayed this far, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this kind of content, do be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment for the algorithm. It'll help immensely. And if you want to see a full lore breakdown on the FlameKeepers in the future, do let me know. And if there's anything else you want me to cover, do let me know in the comments below. I hope to see everyone next time.